Welcome back, Tribe. Got election meltdown highlights here, and they've been coming in steady. And they're all over Reddit, all over Twitter, all over social media, and they're super unhinged. We'll say that much. Let's get into it.
No! Why?
Bruh. We need to have some kind of like mental aptitude test for people to be able to vote. I'm sorry. You have to have something, some skin in the game, something. It's not enough just turning 18 anymore, because there's people that shouldn't be voting with IQs that are too low to be voting. If you're not paying into the tax system, if you're receiving money from the government, you probably shouldn't be able to vote because you're compromised.
Why?
Bruh.
Why? Do you really hate me that bad?
I just don't understand why we can't.
Where's the song?
have a female president. Like, why not? Like, how much more qualified and intelligent and like
Bruh.
perfect for the position do we have to be?
Echo chambers.
Like, why?
I can't believe Trump's actually gonna win this fucking thing!
Bro.
Oh, Jesus Christ! I'm so
Look.
pissed off! Fuck!
Are you kidding me? Hey, I know there's some conservatives that look like that too, but boys, listen, they're trying to turn you into this peg machine with high estrogen, low test. This is pathetic, bro. This guy won't be living much longer. He's going to RIP real soon. If he goes past his 40s, it'll be a miracle. Don't do this to yourself.
Fuck! God damn it!
To the President of the United States.
The U.S. President is Donald Trump.
For the Astrology Girlies, I just want to know, I have been studying Kamala's charts, and it looks like she is not only going to win, but she is going to be winning a second term. The next 8 years in her chart is really, really strong. Trump's, not so much.
Okay, so I was wrong. A lot of astrologers were wrong. A lot of us were wrong.
Oh, no shit.
But if you think that right now is the time to tell me that you don't believe in astrology, it's about astrology right now, dude. Who literally cares about that? That is like the least of our worries.
Nope.
This is my career. I have built a life off of reading the stars for people and getting it right. But if you're gonna come into my comments and complain that, well, I'm no longer gonna believe in astrology after this, who gives a Let's be for real right now. That is the last of our worries. My mom can't lose her Social Security. We can't lose our Medicaid, our Medicare.
Type 2 adult onset diabetes.
Oh.
There are real things happening in the world right now, and I know that like you guys think this is some big gotcha, but I don't give a if you think astrology is not real right now, because there's real life happening in this country.
Gotcha, bitch!
I don't think there's a universe where Donald J. Trump wins all 3 of the blue wall states.
He won them in 2016.
We're not in 2016. We have seen his reaction to COVID. We've seen January 6th insurrection. We've seen 2 impeachments. We've seen 34 felony convictions. This is not 2016.
If it was that close, you guys should be putting this thing away if that was the case.
Hey girlies, so just so you know, IUDs will last throughout the entirety of his presidency. So if you want to have somewhat of a choice over your body, you should probably go get one.
Perfect.
Look, I wasn't going to sleep, but do y'all see this? Do you see it? Let me move in close. Y'all see that? Do y'all see that?
Emotional damage.
On Trump 2024. I wasn't going to sleep until I see it, and look what I see.
What you see?
What I see. It is over. He flipped the world red. It is over. Perfect. He flipped the world red. Trump 24.
Black voters came through for Kamala Harris. White women voters did not.
That is what it appears happened in that state, is that if you can't flip enough white women, and we've talked about this on this set numerous times, is that you have a state where you've got a 6-week abortion or a 12-week abortion.
Perfect. White women coming through. Check this out. Look at these statistics by sex and race. White men, 74%, for Trump. Right behind them, white women, 69% for Trump. Talk about saving the day. And then his other demographics, I mean, he's gained on them. All other races were for him. Latino women, 40. Latino men, 45%. So that is massive swing. Black women, just 90% in favor of Kamala. Dude, 8% Trump. What? And black men are starting to just doubling that, basically. But white women and white men, with the help of all other races, saving the day. And they're going crazy. Look, I have some of these saved too. This morning, I said to my husband, it's the misogyny. And he had the audacity to tell me, well, she didn't have any record to run on. Sir, you didn't even vote. Oh, so she didn't go to Joe fucking Rogan, meet men in male spaces? Fuck off with that bullshit. I have too much on my plate right now to argue with him. I'm waiting for our teenage daughters to wake up so I can talk to them about long-term birth control implants. And you know what the response was? Girl, time to start gold digging your so-called husband. Clean him out. They want bad women. We'll give them a nation of bad women. Stay away from liberal women at all costs. I mean, the meltdowns go further than that. Cancel all future plans with men. 4B is where it's at. Use their own stupid traditional views against them. Say that you don't want sex before marriage. Say that you're waiting for the right man. They will be seething because they're sexually dependent on women who they call sluts. And then someone at the bottom says, see, this is the best angle. No sex before marriage. Give them what they voted for. Wow. It's almost like if you don't have sex before marriage, abortion is no longer an issue. Oh, I wrote full circle. We're back to traditionalism, boys. The conservatives have won. Oh, man. The Department of Health 2021, I posted, and then we got the Department of Health 2025. Look at the difference. Wild. Back to the meltdowns.
I think theirs might be 12 weeks.
Yep.
But it's a state where women lost their reproductive rights, where there was a very heavy push to get women to focus on not putting in place, re-electing, putting back into the White House the person who was responsible for taking those rights away and restoring them. But that message obviously was not enough to get enough white women to vote for Vice President Harris, a fellow woman. This will be the second opportunity that white women in this country have to change the way that they interact with the patriarchy. And, God bless Shannon Watts, who has tried to have that conversation. But if people aren't receptive to it, and if people vote...
We don't want dudes putting on skirts going into female bathrooms where your little girl's trying to go. Nope. We're not saying that you need to cut off body parts that look like the other sex and we're going to indulge you in that fantasy. Nope. We don't like the DEI and all that other bullshit that's just pushing people through the door that are otherwise not qualified. We want a meritocracy. Nope. We've completely rejected, with a red wave, liberal ideology and identity politics. Full stop. Swept her in the Electoral College, the popular vote. Republicans got the House, most likely, and already confirmed the Senate. Wow. That is a full-throated, outright rejection of liberalism from the American population. What are they going to campaign on in 2028? I have no idea.
More, party line or...
I guess people got tired of being called sexist, misogynist, fascist.
More on race
Nazis
than on gender and on protecting their gender. There's really not much more that you can do but tell people what the risks are and leave it.
No one gives a shit about abortion, bro, when you can't afford eggs. It's a funny meme, but gas is too expensive. We can't afford housing. Electricity's through the roof. Jobs are not paying enough. That's what hurts people. The bottom line. How am I going to feed my children? Not your stupid woke policies about gender rights and all this shit. Nobody gives a fuck if we cannot afford to eat. So economic problems were number one on everybody's list. All these luxury beliefs came dead last. And Dems were running on luxury beliefs. And they ate shit for it.
Leave it to them to do the right thing.
The easy thing to me is that...
Oh, here we go.
If this guy does end up winning again, all of the people who voted for him will be like happy and they'll just be celebrating. And everyone else, everyone who feels threatened by him is fucking scared. Like we're scared for our lives. We're scared for our friends. Like you have pro-life women dying because their doctors are scared to treat them because of the repercussions of his last presidency. How did we get here? How did we get here? To know that there is that much ignorance and that much hate in this country. It's so terrible.
Dude, the gaslighting and echo chambering of the left is insane. How many more times did you get called a patriarchal pig, a misogynist, an oppressor, a Nazi, a fascist, before people just go fuck yourselves, and you'll just vote for the other side just out of spite? Most of these people, like the independents, probably are centrist by nature. Probably libertarians. How many libertarians did the Democrats scare off? How many centrists did the Democrats scare off with these radical ideologies? And all this gaslighting, calling the other side, all these crazy things, fascists, Nazis, all this commies shit. And you know what? It's fucking nuts. It's driven people away from the Democratic Party. Almost everybody I speak to is like libertarian at heart. They don't really like Republicans or Democrats. Fiscally conservative, maybe socially a bit more progressive, and libertarian at heart, where they want the government out of their fucking pockets, out of their lives. And guess what the Democrats are representing now? Like the party of censorship, talking about taking away people's First Amendment, taking away their guns. Like regulating speech online, what you're allowed to say, misinformation. They try to make the Department of the Ministry of, misinformation and shit. They really tried until people had like huge backlashes to that idea and they shut it down. Ministry of Truth shit. What, dude? You guys are the bootlickers now. Liberals are literal bootlickers. The proverbial boot on their neck, and they're just like, yes, daddy, govern me harder. No shit, you lost.
Terrifying. It's so terrifying. How could you do this? How can you claim to be a Christian or anyone of moral values and support someone when every word out of his
It's easy for Christians. They don't want you murdering babies. So, end of story.
mouth to hate when he wants to pardon people who took over the Capitol? Do not do this to people that you love and care about. If you have a woman in your life, if you have an LGBTQ person in your life, if you have anyone in your life who's not white, how did we get here? Someone tell me,
Your sisters
please.
voted. Because we don't like baby murders.
Someone really tell me, please. Because the only way I see it is that, like, either he cheated and that was his secret, or this country is built on so much hate, and we might never...
Or you're out of touch.
...get out of this. If you voted for him, you are dead to me.
Oh.
Go ahead and block me. I don't give a shit.
Oh.
I really don't. I really don't.
Donald Trump, I've known a long time, he will self-destruct. The problem that I see is not Trump. The problem is that those that can be appealed to in this way and how we've got to bring this country together. And we cannot do it by being like January 6th ourselves. There would not be a January 6th on our side. We will deal with this in a dignified way and try to put the pieces together. So we've lost, but we lost a battle. The war is not over.
Well, Rev, let's talk about, you talked about gender and race. Let's talk about race. Donald Trump fared very well with Hispanic voters, especially Hispanic men. The numbers are coming in still a little early, but I think he did better with black men than was expected in the past. What do you think pushed that, especially with the Hispanic voters going for Donald Trump as much as they did? Because that made a big difference.
I think that a lot of it was he was able to sell a lot of Hispanic voters that immigration was a threat to them, that some of the people coming across the border were...
Hey, bro, as an immigrant myself, with friends that were all immigrants, including multiple Spanish immigrants, Hispanic, whatever, Latino, nobody likes illegal immigrants. Especially, you think Americans don't? Talk to the people that busted their ass, left their home country, did everything legally, went through that convoluted process that takes fucking years to get your paperwork correctly, spend all that time waiting and the money and the patience and the hope that you get accepted and your application goes through. And then some asshole gets to go across the border, is handed a plane ticket, can go to a city, a blue city, gets housing, gets food stipends, and gets like an allowance monthly. And that's all it took. They had to cross the border illegally and they get funneled into blue cities. Go fuck yourself. That's how all of us immigrants who did it the right way feel. I don't care if it's my own countrymen from the country I came from. I'm Romanian American. When we were in America, we didn't like Romanians that just went across the border because there were some. We're not a lot of people, but some do come across the border illegally to take advantage. We didn't fucking like them. None of my Spanish friends liked illegal immigrants that worked hard to get into the country legally. We hate hate that they skipped the fucking line we worked hard to wait in. That's the issue. So no, you're not going to win these voters by letting in millions of illegals and giving them the benefits that other legal immigrants worked fucking hard for. Bozos.
Was a threat to them. I think that we've got to be honest. Among Hispanic men and black men, there's a lot of misogyny. And I think that we've got to deal with the reality that he appealed to this whole false macho thing that some black men and some Latino men
who fucking listens to these race hustlers anymore? Like, get out of the limelight. No one gives a fuck, man. The whole mainstream media is so disconnected. It's such an echo chamber from reality. It's misogyny. It's because she's a woman. It's because she had nothing to run on and she wasn't even elected by the people. You guys shouldn't have cockblocked Bernie. That's what you shouldn't have done.
Went for
probably. Guys, they just called it. They just called it for Pennsylvania, Charlie. It has
Fox
been called.
just called.
I'm reporting it. Let's go, baby!
Charlie, what is the number? What is the number?
Is that it? Happened. Remember where you were when you realized that the Uniparty and all of these, just the establishment.
Just like everyone started dancing. Just in case we want.
Don't get too excited, guys. This is just stage one of a big process to turn this around. America's a slow country. He's going to need to appoint the correct people in his cabinet. The swamp is already circling him. Special interest groups are already trying to undermine him. And the people he appoints is going to make or break his entire presidency. Give it time. Don't get your hopes up too much.
Pennsylvania, I said I wouldn't even talk about it. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got Tasty Cake.
He just won Pennsylvania? Who
Still
said
showing 90%.
he won Pennsylvania? He won! I told you!
This nigga going crazy, y'all. He going crazy, crashing out. They who reporting it, bro? Hold on, calm down. Who reporting that? I don't see it nowhere.
He won! It's over!
I don't see it.
Bro, go to decision desk. He won!
Yeah, it's just a decision desk.
Bro, it's official. It's done. He won. He won.
John Kingman going back and forth on the magic wall, but they themselves obviously were waiting to see, were there any surprises? And we're watching closely the gut check of North Carolina and Georgia, obviously.
And if they just say Trump bad, Democrats virtuous, they're going to keep losing because this, again, is so widespread. This is not about just Donald Trump. This is about the Democratic Party and being radically disconnected from the rest of the country. Look at the map.
And lastly, because I can't believe I didn't hit this community yet, because I'm a part of it, to the women community, to the girlies who actually voted for Trump, to the girlies who are, pro-Trump, go fuck yourself, bitch. Literally, go fuck yourself, bitch. I hope you find yourself in a situation where you can't get out of it anymore because you voted for a man that wouldn't even shake hands with a woman. And that's all I have to say to you.
So the news came out that Donald Trump won the presidency again.
It's crazy play.
All you motherfucking coons that voted for him, y'all niggas make me sick. Y'all doing it for the stimulus. Y'all ain't do nothing good with this first stimulus. So that's really the only reason y'all signed up for it. That's the only thing. It's nothing else. It is what it is. I'm going to wake up tomorrow. I'm going to get back to hustling. I'm going to get back to making moves, busting jugs, whatever. I'm getting right to it like nothing happened.
I'm terrified.
Really?
I was in the Army. I know what kind of power a president holds. I know how it affects our troops. I know how it affects the families of the troops. We can't talk about politics, in that uniform.
What?
And that takes a...
Are you fucking brain dead? He wants to end the wars. He wants to end conflict. What are you talking about?
Way. That's one of the rights that we gave up when we signed the dotted line. It scares me just a little bit just because of the things that I know and the things that I've experienced. I just say that we're just going to have to pray.
You think that's the main thing that takes a hit when somebody like that is in office? Or is it more so like the divide amongst the people of people feeling like those old slave owners and those old people that was doing those things, are they back confident again type shit? I ain't never went in no white neighborhood and they was like, yeah, we're back. Like, I never got that vibe. Like, them niggas still kind of hiding they racist shit.
A lot of people talk about that Project 2025. I don't like the plan. And then they talked about, for the police officers, the immunity.
Yeah, I know about that. Yeah. Now that's wild. Now that's wild work. Yeah. But that doesn't mean that's going to pass either, though. That's his plan.
He just didn't win. He won for fun. He won the electoral. He won the popular vote. He got more votes than last time he was president. Just a total ringing endorsement for the Republicans and Donald Trump, and an indictment against the Democrats. And that's really this rant. A lot of people are asking, like, how did Trump get more votes than he got last time? Well, here's the answer. Because people like myself, independents or moderates, they're The Democrats gave us no choice. The Democrats gave us no choice. That was the worst campaign, and their pure arrogance and their moral superiority have driven people away. If you say you're voting for Trump, suddenly you're a Nazi, you're Hitler, you're garbage. Enough. Like, yeah, I'm sure there's racists in the party, just like there's crazy people and assholes and racists in the Democratic Party, all right? But millions and millions and millions and millions of people vote for Trump. He won clear, he won decisive. So when you call us that, and when you say that, you're calling the majority of the country racist, Hitlers, Nazis. I don't think you get the words of what that means. You are alienating all this middle ground people by acting like you're better than us, smarter than us, and frankly, insulting our intelligence. Trump's the threat to democracy. That was the entire Democratic campaign. It wasn't about policy because everyone knew we want change. We're not happy with the borders, the Middle East, the economy, inflation. And Kamala consistently said she was no different than Joe Biden, wouldn't do anything different than Joe Biden, last person in the room. Her pitch to the people was Trump is Hitler, Trump is bad, he's a dictator. Again, we're not stupid. The Democrats were the one who were saying Joe Biden was mentally fit for 2 years when he was a vegetable and couldn't even make it off stage from giving a speech. And the Democrats would lie to our face and say the videos were edited, altered. They weren't. Then after the primary is over, they stage a coup, get rid of Joe, put in Kamala, and suddenly she's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Same woman who ran for president got 0 votes. Same woman who can't even answer a question how she's different from Biden. Ran one of the worst campaigns I've ever seen. Just strictly, her entire campaign was fear mongering. What will Trump as a dictator? It'll be the end of democracy. It's garbage. It's garbage. The people pulling the strings in the Democratic Party, get rid of them. They've lost the plot. Tonight is on the Democrats. Congratulations, Donald Trump. I voted for him. And I felt I had no choice but to vote for him for the campaign that the Democrats ran. And it's not just white men.
Basically over half the country. They're still against hate, but are full of it. I woke up feeling like my son won't grow up in a wasteland. God is good. The amount of ignorance is astonishing. Make mental health facilities accessible again. To the people who claim they would leave the U.S. if Trump wins, got your plane tickets ready. And that goes for everybody on social media that said they're going to quit X or quit whatever. Get the fuck off. Go touch grass. Sick of all of you anyways. Thoughts if you want to see more of these because they're rolling in. There's multiple highlight reels of a bunch of them. Just beautiful, beautiful lefty tears. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everybody.